Hello, fellow nerds, Trekkies, Trekkers, whatever you want to be called. Whatever. We're just loving this. Welcome to Talk Nerdy to me, and we're on season 2 of The Next Generation, Star Trek. One of my favorite characters or reoccurring characters is introduced in this season, and I'm excited for it. And season 2 is a lot better. Okay. It is a lot better. As usual, I have the entire list of seasons right there on my computer because I can't remember it all. Watching this in the original run, you'll know how old I am. Anyways, season 2 starts November 21st of 1988 with an episode called The Child, okay? Right off the bat, spoilers, and spoilers. Anywho. So it starts off with the child. It says, while preparing to transport a deadly plague to a research lab, the crew is stunned by the announcement of Troy's pregnancy. Okay, so this is a bit of an odd one. I didn't really like this episode because, it was an alien who wanted to, kind of experience life sort of thing. So, it impregnates Troy. It's so weird. It's one of those odd Star Trek episodes where you're just I don't know. Anyways, episode 2, boring. Episode 3 is where, okay. Data, if you haven't already watched season 1, we know Data is an android and he is super smart. Data dons a deerstalker to solve a Sherlock Holmes mystery in a holodeck recreation of Victorian London. He programs the holodeck. I'm not reading this part. He programs the holodeck to create a worthy adversary. And it creates Professor Moriarty. So, I don't know how much of this I want to talk about because I just watched the little teaser, the trailer for Picard season 3, and Moriarty's in it. How much do I talk about this? Because I was so excited. I was like, what? Moriarty. Oh God. Okay. We'll talk about it because he recurs. It's a reoccurring character. So we'll talk a little bit about it each time. Okay. That's a yeah. Then we have the outrageous Okana. That's about a guy who they're having a conference on the Enterprise, and this guy comes and steals a bunch of stuff. Yeah. This is a really good episode. I really liked this episode. It's called Loud as a Whisper. This is episode 5 of season 2. The resolution of an interplanetary conflict depends on a deaf mediator who suddenly loses his ability to communicate. So he was telepathic in a sense, and he loses his ability to communicate with the two warring sides. So Troy comes along and she tries to help him, but they also teach, Data teaches himself American Sign Language. So Data teaches himself American Sign Language to be able to talk with this interpreter. Well, he teaches himself sign language from every single race or whatever. Anyways, to be able to talk with this interpreter, and Deanna helps, and then they teach in learning in these two warring sides, learning how to communicate with the mediator, they're able to come to terms and talk to each other. It's a really cool episode. Absolutely watch it. What else is in here? Oh yeah, okay, this is also where we don't have Beverly Crusher. We have Dr. Pulaski. So season 2, they got rid of Gates McFadden because she was preggers. And the fans hated that. So they got Dr. Pulaski. I actually kind of like Dr. Pulaski. I know I'm weird. But there's a really cool episode called Unnatural Selection. And she goes down, Dr. Pulaski goes down and to this research facility, and these kids are there, and then all the adults are dying at an accelerated rate. Like they're aging within a couple days and dying of old age. It's a really, really cool episode. And then the episode right after that is called A Matter of Honor. And it's about Riker, and he's volunteering to do an exchange program with the Klingons. So he's the first officer on a Klingon bird of prey, and some stuff happens on the Enterprise, and they think that Riker was sent there to sabotage them, but he actually wasn't. And it's a cool episode. So The Measure of a Man deals like this is when Star Trek got really good. So the Measure of a Man deals with what's a sentient being, what's a consciousness, like with Dr. Bruce Maddox, and yeah, Maddox. I don't know. I don't remember exactly how they say it. Um, it's a good episode. You got to watch it. It's episode 9 of season 2. Let's see. Oh, that's a good episode. Episode 10 is good. It's kind of a little bit hokey, but it's about how Data is covering is no, it's not. Okay. No. Then we have episode 10, and then we have episode 11. What's episode 11? Oh, it's about the Enterprise computer, so we get some real Majel Barrett in there. Oh, this was a fun episode. Okay, the Royale. It's about how an away team goes down to a surface and they find a US Air Force guy dead in the hotel room, and all that there is on the surface of this planet is a hotel. And the aliens that rescued this guy actually give him the Royale because it's like the only thing they know. So this guy is reliving this book for his entire life. It's so crazy. Yeah, there's some really good episodes in season 2. When Riker's estranged father comes back and he's got a thing going on with Dr. Pulaski. Pen Pals. Oh, that's the one I was thinking of. Yeah, that's a sad one. Oh. Okay, so season 2, episode 16 is our first introduction to one of the greatest sci-fi villains ever, the Borg. It's called Q Who. So Q, flings the Enterprise, flings the Enterprise across the galaxy to the Delta Quadrant, where they meet the Q. Or not the Q, the Borg. So they meet the Borg, and it's a really good episode. You should watch it. What else is going on? There's some good episodes. There's some really good episodes. Oh, the Emissary, when Worf's ex-girlfriend is on the ship and they find out she's pregnant. The last episode. Okay, so there was only 22 episodes in season 2, and one of the last episodes is called Shades of Grey, and Commander Riker falls into a coma when a deadly microbe invades his central nervous system. So that kind of like crosses some like, what do you do in that type of medical situation lines, and it I like it. I like it. Yeah, it's a really good episode. Another really good episode is actually episode 21, the one before that, where the Ferengi ambush the Enterprise and another vessel during a battle simulation. And this is the first time Data ever fails. He has like a crisis of confidence, and he fails to beat at Strategium. It's like a game with your fingers, and anyways, the episode resolves itself. And it's Star Trek. It always resolves itself. That's one thing about Star Trek. And you'll notice if you start watching this because of the podcast, there's always a happy ending in Star Trek, it seems. And yeah. 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 Because, like, I was actually talking about this with someone yesterday. There's a big difference between, like, Doctor Who and Star Trek. In Star Trek, the good guys always win. In Doctor Who, that's not what happens. Doctor Who has some crazy shit happen. And, like, if you watch Torchwood, watch the Children of Earth season or series of Torchwood, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. Because holy Toledo, does shit go awry and everybody dies. But that's Doctor Who. Everybody dies all the time. Anywho, back to Star Trek. So season 2 drastically improved, introduced one of my favorite reoccurring characters, and just had some really stand-up episodes. Yes, there was some really, really bad ones. And of course, it's still the 80s, so we're still in some really bad like CGI and stuff like that. So just be used to that if you're going to watch Star Trek. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or you just think this is stupid, then don't watch it. Other than that, I really hope you guys are enjoying this. And I know I'm having a lot of fun doing it because I absolutely love Star Trek and all the Star Trek things. So, anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will talk to you later. Bye!